Well, good day, YouTube, and welcome to another episode of the Albino Rhino Beer Review. You have the Rhino. We're looking at a big brew this day. And by big brew, I mean big brewery brew. This is 5.5% alcohol by volume. This is the latest edition of the Alexander Keith's One Hop series. Excuse me. This is the Alexander Keith's Galaxy Hop. Now, on a backtrack of this, I was actually impressed with what they did with the Halatoir and the Cascade hop. I personally found the Halatoir was the better of the two beers because it actually showed the hop perfectly. They didn't do anything to dumb the hop down. I think Cascade was the better choice of the two hops. However, they did take that hop and somehow made it wimpy. They took the Cascade hop and made it wimpy. You lost a lot of the grapefruit flavor. You lost a lot of the bitterness on the background. Now, Cascade, Halatoir used in a lot of Czech beers, a lot of German beers, a lot of beers that use the noble hop family. So, not something that macro companies aren't used to. Cascade, macro companies not as much used to using. Galaxy, I can't think of a macro brew that uses Galaxy before this one. Galaxy is one of my favorite hops. Great bitterness to it, great flavor to it, a lot of pineapple, a lot of explosive citrus, usually pineapple, blood orange, very citrusy, used in a lot of craft brews. One of my favorite hops, so I'm excited to try this. Let's get into it. Let's pop her open. Bang, it popped. Now let's pour it. Alrighty, so she is poured. And look at that beer. That actually even looks more like an IPA than Alexander Keith's does. Slight little reddish hue, great looking, off-white head. It looks awesome, it does. For a Keith's product, it looks great. For a beer in general, it looks pretty great. Actually, you know what, back here, with this light, it's really golden, but it does have that reddish hue, so I don't care. I'm going with I like it. Okay, there is a nice citrus body to it, a nice citrus scent, but it's not what would explode in your nose and make you go Galaxy hops. I'm not getting huge pineapple notes, I'm not getting huge citrusy notes, I'm not getting what makes me think it will be bitter. I am getting citrus. I am getting a bit of orange, but a bit. Nowhere near what I should get for this hop. This hop in general. Now, I don't know what boil times they used this hop in. I don't know how much of this hop they used. I don't know if they used leaf, pellet, extract. I don't know what they used. I mean, even if they used Galaxy hop extract, they're still technically doing a one hop ale, so they could have gotten away with that. But I'm not going to get into that. Again, I was impressed with what they did with the first two, so I'm excited to try this one. The smell lets me down a little bit, but let's get into it. Cheers. Of the Alexander Keith's family, by far the best beer in the Keith's family. You're looking at more of an IPA than Alexander Keith's IPA. You're looking at more of a one-hop beer than the Cascade and the Halatoir. However, could you tell it's Galaxy hops? Again, one of my favorite hops. I brew with it all the time. Could I tell that it's a Galaxy hop? If you put this beer in front of me without telling me what it was, probably not. There is enough presence on the hop flavor, though, that it does hide the beer underneath it. you're getting more flavor from the hop than anything else, which is what you want in a one-hop ale. A little bit of orange to it, a little bit of like cedar on the background. You're getting that cedary bitterness. And it does, unlike the other ones too, it does stick around. You have this slight bitterness, almost like biting into an orange peel, right at the back of your tongue on both sides. That's actually very intriguing, very invigorating, very, very, very surprising for a beer from this company. And it means that they're going in the right direction. They just didn't hit the mark. Excuse me. Impressed and not impressed at the same time. Impressed that they actually would go out and make a Galaxy Hop beer. Not impressed that they still wimped out on it. Impressed that they somehow wimped out on it yet still have some of the flavors the Galaxy Hop should have. Not impressed about the whole thing in general. Yeah, you know what, Keith's, Anheuser-Busch, I love the Oland, whoever the fuck you want to talk to. I love what you're doing, Labatt. I love that you went out. I know Oland doesn't actually own them anymore, I know. Shh. I love that you went out and tried something. You went out and you did something that a lot of the craft brewers are doing, because a lot of craft breweries are doing this. And you guys are in the position where you could do what I wish somebody would do, which is go out and get every type of hop. Excuse me, use the same beer as the base and just switch in the hops. And because of how you brew your base ale, it actually helps to accentuate what the hops actually taste like, because you have a fairly watery base beer to start with. And that's great. However, you're hiding the true flavor of the hops by not using them at a lot of different boil times, by not using enough of them, by watering down the taste. And that's the only dilemma on these beers, is you're watering down the taste. And I know the mainstream market isn't ready for a one-hop Cascade Ale, a one-hop Galaxy Hop, a one-hop Nelson Sauvin, a one-hop Pacific Gem, a one-hop, I don't know, Simcoe, a one-hop this, a one-hop that, a one-hop Millennium, a one-hop Magnum, a one-hop Warrior, a one-hop... They're Amarillo, Sriracha Ace. They're not ready for all that. But you guys could make them ready for it. And you know what? You have to accept that the taste of a lot of drinkers are starting to change. They don't want just the bland lagers anymore. A lot of them still do. It is still the most popular beer in the world. But a lot of change is happening, and you could actually stay in the game and be a great introductory beer for the people that want to change. I know you don't want to do that either, but I'm just speaking now. I'm speaking now, and I have that forum. I can talk. You could change into being a great learning tool if you actually didn't wimp out on these beers. And that's the only problem I have, is it's wimped out on. Again, one of my favorite hops. And I wouldn't be able to tell it blind that it was a Galaxy Hop. That being said, as a Galaxy Hop, one hop, 4 out of 10. Because it has some of the flavors. Just not really the scent, not really the in-your-face flavor. As a beer on its own, though, it's $2.80 a can. I can't say I dislike it, even though it is Keith's product. I can't say I dislike it. I have to be honest here. I would give it a 7.5 as a beer on its own. I would buy it if I only had $2.80 on me and I wanted something different. And by different, I mean something I wouldn't normally buy. And because, I mean, with $2.80 in my pocket, I'm probably going to buy like a can of Innocent Gun, or a, I don't know, a bottle of, a can of Mill Street Vanilla Porter, or a can of this, or a can of that, or a bottle of this, or a bottle of that. But if I wanted something different, this isn't a bad choice. So I have to give it a 7.5 because I would buy it again. There's nothing really wrong with it, other than it isn't fully what it advertises, and that's my biggest dilemma with it. Thank you, YouTube. Thank you, everybody, for watching. Thank you for putting up with my rant. If you agree with me, if you don't agree with me, you know what to do. You just tell me. I accept it. I might not agree with you, but I accept your... Ooh, that was my stomach. Bye, guys.